Okay, you ready?
Dad, making full blast.
That was great!
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. We recently got a request to show where we grow food on our property, and so we've got a lot of different things and different places that we do grow food, and it was a perfect time to request this video because we actually were just starting to seed everything and get it ready for the spring.
So we would like to invite you to our home and just show you the preparation that we do, all the cleaning of the hydroponics that we have inside of the garage actually. I'm gonna do some tilting soil, we're gonna do the seeding, I'm going to show you my sprinkler system that we did, and at the end there's going to be a big surprise because one of our neighbors gave us this amazing gift and we are using now for quite some time, and we would love to show you this.
Yeah, and also if you've followed my channel for a long time, you already know what we're talking about, but we have lots of different places. I'd say the majority of the work is thanks to Chris. He really is wonderful at researching how to grow things around the property in the space that we have. We hope that it will inspire you to be able to grow with wherever you have, whether you live in an apartment or you have a windowsill or you have a little bit of space outside. We just kind of take whatever we can grab and try to grow food there. It's really satisfying to be able to have food to grow on your own and be able to eat it. There's nothing like it, huh?
No, and it's simpler than you think. Plants are growing, plants they want to grow, so I think it's just going to be simpler than you actually think. Oh, gardening, you think, it's so hard. It is hard in some places, but most of the time is the easiest thing, and it's growing.
Plants want to grow, and it's so amazing that like one tiny little seed creates a plant that you can eat. It's awesome. Stay tuned, and we will show you all around our garden tour. So this is our hydroponic system. We're actually just cleaning it out. It has been working hard for us ever since we got it, and so Chris is just gonna pressure clean it, really get it as clean as possible, and we're gonna begin to start over for the season.
Gosh, that's like burned.
I pressure cleaned my finger. It really hurt. I don't recommend it. I'm cleaning out the little plastic pods that go into the holes for the hydroponics.
Alright, so this is the pump that goes inside of the reservoir, and the water circulates via the hydroponic system. You'll see that I'm gonna put the pipe inside of the one hole right now here, and then goes all the way down to the hydroponic system. You want to have an air stone inside of the water that brings an oxygen. This is also the timer that I set the water for a few times a day, and you want to cover that reservoir because you don't want to have any algae inside of it.
Now Chris is just cutting the little pods that we put the seeds in, and this is just how they stay in the hydroponic system. And it's always so amazing to me, one seed makes an entire tree or full crop. I'm just always amazed by that. But right now we're just gonna plant lettuce in here because we have so many other kinds of greens growing everywhere else.
And then you can see in a second there's going to be a different lighting stages. The blue one is going to be right now here is for the seedling. Then the pink one is for the mature plants. And I'll be using the pH tester indicator that shows you acidity of your water, or so how much pH is in your water. Each color tells you what's the pH. So in our case we have in between 7 and 8, so I think it's 7.5. And I want to reduce that, and I'm going to use the special pH down or pH up if you need to go up, but in this case I will do pH down to have it to 6.5 or around 6. So between 6 and 7 will be ideal. And I already know that this reservoir just needs this one little cap to put the pH down for the whole 27 gallons of that water. And as you can see in a second, that color turned into yellow. We are using also a special fertilizer for the hydroponic, and this is made specifically for the hydroponics. Even NASA is using it. Ooh. I am having here the ratios for cutlings and seedlings, and as well as for other vegetables. And as you can see, there's a different ratio. Those numbers are half a teaspoon. So in this case, for the 27 gallon, I will use 12 teaspoons from each of that big bottles. You want to mix after each time. This is a parts per million tester, so the higher number in this case for our lettuce, the better it is, more you have the fertilizers. And now I'm helping Michele to bring the tray into the sink so she can actually start cleaning this up for the microgreens.
Yep, this is the microgreen trays that we have. We actually have a lot of these because we were thinking to sell them, but we just make them for ourselves right now. I'm gonna clean them up. You need to use a little bit of bleach and a little bit of soap and water, and so I always put gloves on. I wash it off, and now we're going to be soaking some seeds. I'm gonna be using wheatgrass as well as sunflower seeds to make microgreens out of. So I soak the seeds in these produce bags, and I soak them with hydrogen peroxide for about 15 minutes. And that just helps them clean off and be ready to go for when they're gonna soak for the next time. So I dump this water out and then I refill up the bucket and soak them in clean water for about 12 hours, sometimes a little bit longer. And now they're ready to go in the tray. Again, this is all in our garage. I've lined the trays with paper towel. If you have unbleached paper towel, that works better. There's my sunflower seeds, there's my wheatgrass, and now I'm just spreading it around so that it will grow evenly. We leave these in the dark and we will pour water on them twice a day, so morning and night. And we'll turn the light on at a later stage.
Now we are outside and I'm just gonna till the ground, the soil, and I'm gonna mix it the manure from our neighbors. They have lots of horses and manure is for free. And it's really clean. You don't want to go too deep. I feel like I actually made a little bit of a mistake here because I actually went way too deep. So you don't want to make that soil too soft because then it's just the water just sits there and it's just mess. So I'm just using the rake now to flat it out, and it's time for putting some sprinklers on. I had the sprinklers from the last year and I just put them underneath the deck, and you'll see in a second what am I using. There's the hose that goes all the way along the deck, around the house, and all I'm doing is just adding those little like notches and sprinklers all every 2-3 feet so they can all reach out into the plants.
So what's cool about this is that we have this whole system just around our deck. Maybe it's a couple feet wide, but it goes all the way around our house. So you can see that we utilize as much space as possible in all the nooks and crannies that we have available.
And I'm just gonna soak that soil right now because after tilling you want to make sure that this is all wet and nicely done and ready for putting the seeds inside. This is another raised bed that we have on our property, and I'm gonna till the soil, and I just skip that part so you can already see it's really nicely done and mixed with the manure. It's so dry. I mean, that manure is an amazing compost that we have. And here we go. I'm gonna spray the water again and it's gonna be ready to put some seeds in.
And this is our last spot that we have things growing. This is absolutely a gift from our neighbors. They let us use this amazing greenhouse. It's not ours, but look how much we've grown. We put a video in the fall of last year, and we have so much of a harvest. It's amazing to me what the right temperature, sunlight will give you when you just let things grow naturally. Michele is so gorgeous. This is our first beet that we're harvesting. What a special moment. It turned out so beautiful and it tastes so good, not bitter in the slightest. We've also got chard in there and some dill.
We also had some fruit flies in that greenhouse, but we actually opened this whole thing up and freeze this thing and we got rid of them.
Okay, so we hope you enjoyed that video. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Let us know, do you grow any of your own food, even if it's just an herb garden or maybe some microgreens in a jar in your kitchen, because we always want to find out different ways that people are growing. And
so many different ways to approach the garden. There's no rules almost to any of this. So yeah, so if you have any inputs or like, hey guys, this could be better, or hey guys, was so helpful, please like this video and make a comment for us and subscribe to our channel to stay tuned for the, you know, when these things are actually going to grow farther.
Yeah, we'll give you an update and show you how things grow. Different things are in different phases right now, so we'll definitely do an update video showing you how they grow.
That's right.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.